These are video solutions for additional practice problems for conversions and velocity problems. So the first question asks us to convert 50 kilometers per hour to feet per second. I'm going to approach this in two steps. First, I'm going to convert 50 kilometers to feet. And then later on, I will tackle hours, 1 hour, to seconds. That's actually a pretty easy one to do. Let's do the harder one first. In order to go from kilometers to feet, I'm actually going to have to go through a couple different units. If you look at the table that we gave you of conversion factors, this was on the first worksheet that you did, you can trace a path from kilometers to feet by going kilometers to meters to centimeters to inches to feet. So this means that between my start quantity and my end quantity, I'm going to have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 conversions. Or I will need 1, 2, 3, 4 conversion factors. So let's set this up like we always set up, with a start quantity of 50 kilometers. And in the end, I want to get all the way to feet. So that's going to be my end quantity. And I'm going to have to do 1 conversion factor. I'm going to make that a little shorter. My first conversion is to meters, as I map this out. So I'm going to put kilometers down on the denominator and meters in the numerator. Remember, I do this because I always want the units to be on the opposite sides of the fraction. If it helps you, you can put this over 1 to see that the kilometers are in the numerator. And in my conversion factor, that means kilometers has to be in the denominator. We know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, and you can refer to the conversion chart on the first worksheet if you're not sure where to find those factors. This will allow us to cancel out kilometers when I go to do the conversion. The next conversion factor, I'm going from, in step 2, meters to centimeters. So meters in the denominator, centimeters in the numerator, and 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Then I'm going to go from 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. And I'm going to need to move, might run out of room here. I think we're going to have to move this over a little bit. Put inches on the bottom, feet on the top, and 12 inches is 1 foot. And that's going to equal our final answer, something in feet. Now, if you look at this conversion, notice that each unit that I want to get rid of has the exact same unit on the other side of the fraction. So I can go through and I've got meters up top here, and I can cross it out with meters down below. Centimeters up top, crossed out centimeters below, inches up top, inches down below, and I get left all alone with feet. And that's what I want for a unit. In terms of doing the math, I'm actually going to multiply all the numbers in the numerator together, and then all the numbers in the denominator together, and then I'll divide in the end. So, in the numerator, wrong color, in the numerator, I have 50 times 1,000 times 100 times 1 times 1. In the bottom, I have 1 times 1 times 1 times 2.54 times 12. When I do this out, 50 times 1,000 times 100 gets me 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 million. Divided by 2.54 times 12 is 30.48. So when I do the division, I get a rather large number. Now, it's always good to ask yourself, does this make sense? 50 kilometers is about 25 miles, so that's the trip to and from Dana Hall to Boston. And that would be a lot of feet if you think about it. So it's okay that you get a really large number there. We're going to hold on to that number because I need to now look at time. Up top here, remember early on we said one of the conversions we have to do is hours to seconds. Well, that's pretty easy because we don't have anything other than 1 hour. And I hope you all know how to convert 1 hour to seconds, but let's go ahead and do that. I'll actually, I think I'll do that down below here. So I need to convert 1 hour to seconds. And be very careful. A lot of times kids say, oh, there's 60 seconds in an hour. There's 60 seconds in a minute. So in order to do this conversion, I actually have to go from hours to minutes to seconds. If you know how to go directly there, that's fine. But most often, kids make fewer mistakes if they go from hours to minutes to seconds. 1 hour times, set up the conversion factor with hours in the denominator, minutes in the numerator. 1 hour is 60 minutes. And then I need to go from minutes to seconds. So I'm going to put minutes in the denominator, opposite minutes in the numerator. I'm going to put seconds up top. And 1 minute is 60 seconds. 60 times 60. Let me check that the units cross out. Hours go away, minutes go away, and I get left with seconds. That's what I want. And so the final answer, 60 times 60 is 3,600 seconds. Now, what I'm going to do with these numbers in the end, I'm trying to convert, if you look up top here, 50 kilometers per hour to feet per second. I've just figured out what 50 kilometers is, and I figured out what 1 hour is in the new unit, so I'm just going to divide. Meaning, if I've got 50 kilometers over 1 hour, we just said, you know what, 50 kilometers is the same as 164,042 feet. And 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. So I can just divide those two numbers and find out that this is 45.6 feet per second. And that's how you do number 1.